So much information, and I thank you all because I know there are more people in this room who are working on the ground with people who need our support right now, who need us to know this information. So thank you all for the work you do. My mother would have said there, but for the grace of God go I. So I think our hearts are open. So I do want to go backward and just say, where I started, remember about the not being political. The fact that we need to stand up in response to political power wielded with the stroke of a pen is what makes this political. These are political decisions being made. We know before a vote is taken how Pat Toomey is going to vote. We know before a vote is taken how Scott Martin and Ryan Allman are going to vote. We know that. We can show up with the proverbial torches and pitchforks and we will not change them because they vote on a very personal belief system. So what I want to say to you when I talk about being political, I'm not talking about mass rallies, I'm not talking angry protesters nose to nose on the evening news. I'm talking about being political in the sense of changing the people who represent us. Thank you. If they don't hold your views and values, if they don't have the same expectations of government that you have, then get busy and put somebody else in their place. Not someone else who talks just like them, just has a different name and a different look. Put someone who holds your values and views and expectations of government in those chairs, making those votes, so that at least there is a balance and a discourse, a dialect, and a discourse can take place. And I want to talk specifically right now, that's what I mean by political action. Look around the community, take a long look in the mirror. There are candidates here who could carry your views and your values. They're going to need your support. If you're going to go up against an incumbent, they're going to have issues, they're going to have bill numbers, they're going to have all this information that we're sharing, they're going to have money. They can send a glossy newsletter out to every single mailbox in your community, in their constituency, and if you're the candidate running against them, it's going to cost you somewhere around $10,000 to do that. They get tax money, you've got to raise it. So when somebody talks to you about money in politics, well, for right now, if you want to have that voice, get behind that candidate and help them at least with a donation, help them with some help with door-to-door. Go out there into your community and make sure somebody knows there's a candidate who holds your views and your values and your expectations of government, and get those people to the polls. That's what we do when we talk political action, not talking about, taking anybody on for their belief system. I'm talking about changing the people who represent us and making sure that these kinds of atrocious laws or declarations that are coming out of the administration right now can be countered. Because you know what Trump says, every time you back him into a corner, he doesn't know what else to say, he says, we're going to send it back to the states. Next year, we vote here. We better protect what Pennsylvania stands for. We are a commonwealth. We have always been a commonwealth. We have 1 million more Democrats registered than Republicans. Let's not lose the commonwealth, but this is the most important thing I'll tell you right here. We talked about lawyers, we talked about court systems. This year, we vote for judges. There are a lot of people who go to the polls and say, I don't really vote for the judges because I don't really know. We're voting for Commonwealth Judge, Superior Court Judge, and Supreme Court Judge. Those are the people who turn the laws back to the legislatures and say, nope, you didn't get it right, do it again. They're the people who stand between the most vulnerable of our citizens and the stroke of a pen. You must know who your judges are, you must vote, and you must make sure that they're holding your values, your views, and your expectations of government. So that's what I mean when I talk about being political active. Come see me if you're interested.
There are cards up here if anybody's interested for Attorney Joe Hottenstein. The other panelists are here too. So thank you very much for